welcome back to my channel. So today is New Year's Day, January 1st. Happy New Year, Spirit Ringers, yay. It is officially January 1st, 2025. The year 2024 is gone. Honey, she has been wrapped up. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. As you guys know, 2024 was a year for me, okay? As you guys know, 2024 was a year for me. So we're just so glad it's over. We're so glad for a fresh start. We are just grateful to have made it to the new year. Thank you. So, have you guys made any New Year's resolutions? Any goals? What are your goals for the New Year's? Comment them down below. I'm not gonna get y'all really in my business. Yeah, but my main goal is discipline, self-discipline. I need to figure out why I lack so much discipline in every single area of my life. So that is my biggest goal for this year, is to just obtain self-discipline. Yeah. Oh, yo, I'm too hyped. I've never been so excited for the new year. I'm just glad that's gone and we can welcome in some new vibes. 2025 needs to come in. She needs to sit down and she needs to act right. I don't want to hear nothing. Period. So yeah, guys, I'm very excited. I did do the whole, vision board and writing down what I want from God. Speaking of God, let me tell you guys. So this video is just gonna be a little chit chat about changing your perspective. So as you know, I went through a very rough year. And to anyone who would listen, I would tell them I had the worst year of my life, because I genuinely felt like I had the worst year of my life. I recently joined a ministry group through an old friend of mine, and it got me back into praying every day, putting my focus on God, things like that. And I was talking to the person who runs the group, and I was explaining to her I had the worst year of my life, and everything kind of fell apart this year. And then I was sitting in my car, and God literally told me to change my perspective. Literally said, you actually had the best year of your life. Isn't that a message? So I'm sitting in my car and I'm just like, okay, how did I have the best year of my life? Every single thing I put on my vision board has happened except one thing. I really wanted to get engaged this year. I really wanted to get married, and that was something that was in the talks. That's the only thing that didn't happen for me this year. And when I changed my perspective, it's I kept thinking all these things were happening to me. Why didn't I get married? Why did I go through a breakup? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? But then changing my perspective is also it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. Yeah. Ate that up, huh? Yeah. So it's happening to me. For me, not to me. And it's so crazy because I spent the entire 2024 in the perspective that all of this was happening to me. So mad at God, so mad at that man, so upset with that man. I was so mad at that man. Me and him was beefing back and forth every day, I'm so upset with you for allowing this to happen to me. Literally up until the month of December, I literally had that same thought, why did that have to happen to me? I didn't deserve that, right? Change my entire perspective. Everything happened for me. Everything is working for me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's also when things are not going so good, we tend to focus on the negative things, right? You're going through a breakup, you have to move out of your apartment. Because if I sat right now and I told someone, or like prior to having this like encounter, I would say, and I would tell someone, I went through the worst breakup of my life. I moved into an apartment and had to move out 6 months later. I had to move into another apartment a month later. I had to move back to my mom's house after moving out. I went through like some crazy financial stuff, like insane. And I would literally list all the negative things that happened to me, but I wouldn't list like, oh, I actually got a phenomenal apartment. I live on my own, you know. I live in a skyrise apartment. I got a new car. I wanted a new car. Got a new car. I got a new job that I wanted. I got 2 dogs I wanted. You know, like I didn't focus on the positive things because I just felt my perspective was that all these negative things outweighed the positive things, and they didn't. They just clouded them a little bit. So shifting your perspective is so important when going through a rough time. It can literally change your entire life. Had I shifted my perspective while I was going through that situation, the outcome would have been completely different. And it's pretty good, by the grace of God. It's been amazing still. But I spent the entire year being depressed and sad because I felt like all these negative things happened to me, and like I just was at the lowest point of my life. But it's like, actually, you had the best of your life because I didn't let you settle for what you thought was, you know what I mean? Like, I could have settled in a relationship that I knew wasn't going to be conducive to me in my growth and just me in my spiritual growth overall. And God did not stop trying to get me out of that relationship until I finally walked away, which is crazy because it's like, had I stayed, I would have been just miserable. You know what I mean? So it's like, instead of thinking God took this away from me or this happened to me, God took this away for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm one step closer to finding, you know, my man. Yeah. So I just wanted to come here and just encourage you guys from someone who went through a hell of a year. It does get better. You know, it gets absolutely better. I'm not gonna take away from the fact that it sucks, and it sucked, and it still sucks, and it still sucked. You know what I mean? Like, it was just not, nobody wants to have to go through that. But it does get better, you know, and I think shifting your perspective, changing your mindset, changing how you view what's happening around you can definitely impact the way you deal with the situation or how long you stay sad in the situation. Because realistically, like, you know, it's not healthy. Like, yes, go through the feelings. It's disappointing. It sucks. Feel the feelings, whether you lost a job or whether you broke up with someone, you're going through whatever it is you're going through life. Go through the feelings, and then, you know, get in your head like, okay, God has something better for me. If God's taking this away from me, I was never supposed to have this in the first place. You get what I'm saying? And that was one of my biggest things walking away from this relationship. I had so much faith that the man God was going to send me, yeah, he was going to be that man. He was going to be that guy. Are you kidding? I had every single bit of faith, and still do, and do. I had so much faith that the man that God had for me, he was going to be that guy. Like, he was going to be that guy. You know what I mean? He was going to be patient and kind and just overall loving. And, you know, a lot of the things that I was going through, I would not have to go through in that situation. You get what I'm saying? So, like, once you kind of accept that, you know, and like fully accept it, I mean, things will just flow better. Things will flow better. So I just want us all to go into 2025 with the perspective or with the mindset that we didn't lose anything in 2024. We were just getting closer to what's for us. You know what I mean? And yeah, guys, shift your perspective. Be optimistic. Like, I have some high goals. I have some high goals. And after reconnecting with God and getting back into my faith and praying more, I have never felt more alive. I have never felt more alive. It's like when you fall off and you really get back and you're like, oh yeah, he got me. Yeah. And it's amazing. And I think what's really motivating and helping go through this process as well is like surrounding yourself with people who are on the same path as you. You know what I mean? If you're trying to build a relationship with God, if you're trying to submit your life to God, then it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you being around people who don't even have that in their mind. You know what I mean? It's going to be kind of, you're going to clash. They're going to bring you down. So surround yourself with people. I think that's what worked for me. I surrounded myself with people who are seeking God just like I am, and you know, who are on fire for the Lord. So that is very, you know, helpful to people who are there to motivate you and support you and let you know that you're not alone. And just change your mindset, dude. Change your perspective, and everything will literally work out in your favor. I have every single thing that you have. Let God know, like, hey, this is what I want for myself. You know, this is how I want my year to look. And I can almost guarantee you'll get it. You know what I mean? Yeah, shift the perspective, change your perspective, change your mindset. That will change your entire life. Even if you're not like a super spiritual person, and if you believe in like the universe, whatever, typically one of the most common, and what I've noticed, one of the most common things in every religion is kind of just like, you know, being positive, put out what you want to come back to you. And yeah, change your mindset. If your mindset is always negative, you're going to be in a negative place. My mindset for a long time was very negative. I was depressed for a very long time because my mindset was very negative. Ever since I was growing up, it was like, okay, this is happening to me. I'm not here in my life. I'm not where I want to be. I don't have this. I don't have that. Yada, yada, yada. It's always been negative. Like, there's negative thoughts always running through my mind, and I don't know how to combat them. I don't know how to attack them or kind of push them out. So I would just sit and dwell in my sadness, essentially. But yeah, change your mindset, dude. Change it. I feel like that's the best thing you can do for yourself. It puts you at peace as well, you know? It puts you at peace. When you realize that you have someone working so hard, you shift your mindset, or when you instill it in your mind that things are working out for your better, then you'll accept things so much easier. Things will just happen and you'll be like, okay, that just wasn't for me. You know, and I pray that I get to that point in 2025. That's one of my biggest goals, is just shifting my perspective, changing my way of thinking in every situation, especially situations that I can't control. Because why are you even tripping over that? And you can't control it. You can't control how nobody acts. You can't control how a man acts. You can't control how your boss acts. You can't control how your children act. You can't control what anybody else does but yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you can't control it, why is you tripping? Like, it makes no sense. So that's my goal for 2024. I definitely think you guys should do like a prayer board, or like some type of writing down your prayers to God, writing out what you want to God, just to, you know, plan out your year more effectively. I've seen so many different people create vision boards and prayer boards, and just to look back at what you actually accomplished. Because like I said before, when so many things happen during the year, a year is a long time. So when so many things are happening throughout the year, you kind of forget, like, dang, what good happened to me this year? But it's like, oh, I did this, oh, I did that, oh, I did this. You can look back and think like, wow, check, check, check. And that's dope. That's a dope feeling to have, especially going into a new year. It's like, okay, I accomplished this, let me up the score, let me try this again, you know what I mean? So I want you guys to stay very positive in 2025. 2025 is a year of just success and just happiness and just gratefulness. I hope you guys have the most amazing year. I hope this message resonates with someone, and I will be doing a lot more of these. I just feel like it's my calling. I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do, so I'm here. I hope you guys enjoy the year. And like I said, take it from someone who's had a very rough year. It does get better, and it will get better. And use this new year, even though it's just another day, use this new year as a new start, a new beginning, like a new leaf. You know what I mean? It's fresh. Everything's fresh. It's the first. You know, just use this time to really reflect on the last year and really set yourself up for the year to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I hope you guys have the most splendid year. I hope you guys had a good Christmas as well. I wanted to do Vlogmas, but I wasn't even in the right headspace. So we're here. We are here, and I am super excited for the year to come. You guys have a blessed, prosperous, phenomenal new year.